All right, let's get right into it. Your car is shaking when you hit that gas pedal, and you're wondering why. Well, today I've got 10 reasons your ride might be vibrating, and more importantly, how to fix it. Let's dive in. 1. Unbalanced tires or bent wheels. Let's start with the basics. If you're feeling a shake at higher speeds like 60 or 70 miles per hour, it's probably your tires. When tires aren't balanced, the uneven distribution causes vibrations that get worse as you go faster. Even a small imbalance, like as little as an ounce, can cause noticeable shaking. Bent wheels, usually from hitting a curb or a pothole, can make this problem worse. The fix? Get your wheels balanced at a tire shop. They'll use a special machine to make sure weight is evenly distributed. And if you've got a bent wheel, you might need it straightened or replaced. It's quick, and it can save you a lot of headaches and a wobbly drive. 2. Worn out engine mounts. If your car shakes when you accelerate from a stop, this could point to engine mounts. These mounts hold your engine in place and are designed to absorb vibrations. But when they wear out, the engine starts moving around in ways it shouldn't, causing those vibrations to transfer right into your car's frame. You'll notice this more when accelerating or when you first start the engine. It's a pretty involved repair and might set you back a few $100, but it's essential for keeping everything stable under the hood. If left unchecked, it can even lead to damage to other parts, so don't ignore it. 3. Bad CV joints. Got a front-wheel drive car? If you hear a clicking noise when turning and feel shaking when accelerating, it could be your CV joints. These joints connect the transmission to the wheels, allowing for smooth rotation while your car turns and moves. But here's the thing. If the rubber boot that protects them tears, dirt and moisture get in, leading to faster wear. A failing CV joint will cause serious shaking, especially when you step on the gas. Replacing a CV joint isn't cheap, but ignoring it could leave you stranded, so it's worth checking if you hear that telltale clicking. 4. Misfiring cylinders. Now, if your car shudders every time you accelerate, but the engine's also running rough, it could be misfiring cylinders. This means one or more of your engine cylinders isn't firing properly. It's often due to worn spark plugs, bad ignition coils, or dirty fuel injectors. Misfires can lead to a loss of power and efficiency, and over time, they can even damage the catalytic converter. Replacing spark plugs is something you can do yourself if you're comfortable under the hood. Just make sure you use the correct type for your engine. Ignition coils are a bit more involved, but a mechanic can handle it easily. 5. Low transmission fluid. Feeling a shudder when you shift gears or accelerate? It could be low transmission fluid. Transmission fluid keeps the gears shifting smoothly by reducing friction. When it's low, the transmission can slip, causing those vibrations. Check your car's manual for the right way to measure the fluid level. If you find that it's low, you might also have a leak. Transmission leaks often show up as red or brownish spots under your car, so don't ignore those drips in your driveway. 6. Bent drive shaft or worn universal joints. For those of you with rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive cars, listen up. If the vibration gets worse as you speed up, it could be a drive shaft issue. The drive shaft transfers power from the transmission to the rear wheels, and if it's bent, you'll definitely feel it. Universal joints or U-joints are part of this system, allowing the drive shaft to flex as your suspension moves. When U-joints wear out, they can cause clunking noises and vibrations during acceleration. This one's not a DIY job. You'll need a mechanic to inspect and possibly replace the drive shaft or U-joints. 7. Clogged fuel injectors. If your car hesitates or shakes when you press the gas, you might be dealing with dirty or clogged fuel injectors. When injectors are clogged, they can't spray fuel evenly into the engine, causing uneven combustion and, you guessed it, vibrations. Start with a bottle of fuel injector cleaner. Sometimes that's all it takes. But if the issue persists, you might need to get the injectors professionally cleaned or replaced, especially if your car has high mileage. 8. Loose or missing lug nuts. Don't laugh, this happens more often than you'd think. If your car starts shaking after you've changed a tire, double check those lug nuts. If they aren't torqued properly, your wheel could be wobbling. Definitely not safe. Loose wheels can cause serious vibrations, and if left unchecked, could even come off while driving. So grab a torque wrench and make sure each nut is tightened to the proper specifications. It's a simple fix that can save you from a potential disaster. 9. Worn brake rotors. Even though this one's more common when braking, worn or warped brake rotors can cause vibrations that get worse with speed. If you feel a shake in the steering wheel when slowing down, it's likely your rotors. Warped rotors create uneven braking surfaces, which leads to those vibrations you feel through the pedal and steering wheel. If your rotors are warped, you might be able to get them resurfaced, but sometimes replacing them is the better option, especially if they're too thin. 10. Damaged suspension components. Last but not least, let's talk suspension. If any part of your suspension, like the shocks, struts, or control arms, are worn out, it can cause a bumpy ride, especially when accelerating. A damaged suspension can affect your car's handling and ride quality, making it feel like every bump is sending your car into a fit. If you've tried everything else and still feel those vibrations, it's time to get your suspension checked by a pro. It might cost a bit up front, but it's crucial for both safety and comfort. And that's it. 10 solid reasons why your car is shaking on acceleration, with a deep dive into each issue. If If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button for more car tips and tricks that'll keep your ride running smooth. Drop a comment if you've experienced any of these issues, or if you've got a mystery shake that we didn't cover today. Until next time, keep those engines purring and those wheels steady. Peace.